if you're a kid that lives in a small town, or if you're a kid that goes to a small high school and you have dreams and aspirations to play at the next level, even play like, so for example, like how to get seen by maybe a high school, how to get seen by a college recruiter, how to get seen by professional scouts, like whatever it is. Okay, so I'm just going to provide some context, give you a little bit of background information on my kind of journey within this as well. First things first, I need to say that, we live in this society where I think, especially within the game of baseball in this industry, it's like, hey, pay to get seen, right? You pay and you go to showcases, and I get both sides of it, right? It goes without saying, I've done a segment on this as well, is don't pay to go to showcases just to get seen when you don't have skills to showcase yet. Save that money, buy a training program, invest that money in your development rather than investing it for the short term, like, oh, I need to get seen. To piggyback off of that, it goes without saying, like, we live in 2021, meaning we have a phone in our pocket that has a better camera than the best camera on the market 15 years ago. We have all of these social media platforms for free, which is basically our resume to all of like the people that we want to be seen by. And there's no excuses for not putting yourself in the best possible situation to get seen. What do I mean by that? Well, we have these, like I said, with social media, which I kind of perceive as your resume, and you have accounts on social media that will actually, showcase like your post. There's a Flat Ground app, right? Rob Friedman, one of the best in the industry, best dudes, like had this idea to do a Twitter account. I think he has Instagram too. And it's like, I'm going to retweet everyone that tags me in their videos, whether it be hitting, pitching, whatever. So that goes and leads me into the next kind of point that I wanted to make and say, there's no reason why you shouldn't film your throwing sessions, a bullpen, your BP, games, like all of these things because of the content, right? Like the ability to take all this content and put it out online and essentially, again, use it as like your resume. Look how hard I work. Look at like all the hours that I put in. Look at the type of guy that I am. I'll tell you what, man, like that goes a long way. And I know, especially when I was going through my scouting process back in 2010, I got drafted in 2010, but it was probably like 08, 09, 2010 that I was kind of learning all of these things about like what scouts look for, what college recruiters look for, like what do they actually do. And I've had numerous conversations with like scouts and even colleges about how much like attention they put into the social media of the individual. And back when I was going through it, all we really had was like a MySpace that was kind of on its way out, but then we had Facebook. And I remember like getting a conversation with one of my close friends that had gone through the scouting process a couple years before me, and him say like, you gotta be extremely like, intentional with what you say on your social media platforms because people look at that, right? It's the same reason why scouts and recruiters want to like go to your home and visit and understand what type of guy you are and what makes you click. And they can do that now through social media. So, all right, you're at a small school. I went to a small school. I grew up in a small town. We had 1-2 street lights, like there's no excuses for not getting seen because you're in a small town anymore. You're one video away. How many guys are getting signed and how many guys are going to colleges now based off like one video? Like it's crazy the amount of times that this is happening now. So if someone approaches me with the question of like, hey, like I'm just not getting seen because of XYZ, like that, those are all lazy excuses now. Okay. It's 2021, it's a digital age, and you probably have an iPhone or you probably have a nice phone. When I grew up, I was grinding with like a little Nokia deal that didn't have video, but nowadays, dude, like you have no excuses to not get seen. What you can do, and this is what I tell a lot of people, I guess it's over there, you go to Amazon, you buy a little tripod, all right, $20, okay, you buy a tripod, you get a little mount that puts your phone on it, or even, you buy a cheap video camera, whatever, and all of it can be done literally through like your phone. Right? You have a means to shoot, edit, post all through the thing in your pocket. right? And I think a lot of kids nowadays are growing up with a phone now. If you don't have a phone, it's a different story. Or if you don't have access to like Wi-Fi, I get that. That might be a different story. But it always comes down to like, how bad do you want it? You know, how bad do you want it? Will you put yourself in the best possible position to succeed long term? And I tell guys this all the time, is like, I really don't think there is any excuses for why individuals should not get seen. Record video, you know, you can even post your freaking highlight reel all the time, which is easy to do, obviously, and go on your Twitter, go on your Instagram, go on your TikTok, go on YouTube, and just continue to push this out. Push it out, and the consistency of it will probably gain a lot of respect for it. But I think, you know, now with what I said earlier about the whole recruiting, going to showcases and stuff like that, now that is a good option, right? Like, obviously, if you have the skills to showcase and you're somebody that may have come from a small town and you're not getting the attention and notoriety that you think you deserve, then by all means, go to a showcase, because I personally, as a player, believe that those showcases that you go to are a great, like, kind of lesson for you and understanding like how you measure up with these guys. You know, that's for me, growing up in a small town, going to a small school, like, you know, we didn't have the best of competition, but I wanted to go to those showcases sometimes, or go to those weekend tournaments to see, all right, where do I stack up? You know, what do I need to work on? What do I need to improve on? But in terms of, you know, I think investing in yourself and investing on things that truly do matter, it's put those in the areas in which you think that you need. I really do believe getting seen and getting recruited and getting scouted, or whatever it may be, it's probably the easiest it's been ever in the history of life right now in the digital age. Okay, so hopefully that helps. Hopefully you can take something from it. If you have any questions, hit me up, therobbyrowshow.com/ask. And until next time, see ya.